Hi everybody, it's your Meadow here. Today we will start off by making 3 more values. 3. First one, decel. Second one, jump strength. Third one, jump timer. And there we go. With those 3 new values, we will be on our way. Okay, so last time we left off, things were functional. They fall. Their bounce is at 100, so they don't bounce at all, but I can change that. 120 is usually my favorite bounce mechanic. Decel. Now the decel is kind of well, it's a replacement for something we did before. And I'm making this as easy for you guys as possible when it's finished, because I will give you this object basically. Now when it hit the ground, we made it so it would change its horizontal to its own horizontal times a quarter of it. Let's change that to horizontal times go in here and get decel. This is going to be its deceleration times decel, and we're going to put the decel in parentheses and add to it times 0.01. I think will be good, because the decel's 75. Yeah, there we go. So now, by mapping it to that value, you can just change this. It's deceleration. Actually, no, that's kind of a misnomer. Let's change it to friction. Yeah, so make it friction. So if you change it to 100, basically what that does is it never slows down at all. The lower you set it, the faster it'll stop, just like that. So that's an easy way to change that. Actually, it's still kind of a... Alright, you know what? I just want to name it accordingly so that it doesn't get confusing. Let's name it slip. That's how much it slips. So if you put the slip at 0, it's just going to stop instantly. Boom. If you put the slip at 100, or let's just go crazy by putting it at higher than 100, it'll actually speed up the longer it's on the ground. So that's another thing you can goof around with. For now, let's just put it at 50. Oops, not 750. Oh my god. Let's see what that does, actually. I'm curious. Holy cow. Yeah, let's not do that. That's pretty funny, though. See, this is what makes it... This is when it starts getting fun, actually. Alright, let's go in here, start adding new values. So, jump timer. Let's just say when the jump timer is greater than 0, it's going to subtract from the jump timer 1. When the jump timer is equal to 0. And now here's where it gets interesting. And this thing's position is greater than this thing's x position. Actually, let's replace these. So when the position of the enemy is greater than the collider, which means it's farther to the right than your player, we'll set its grav add to, and here's where that other value comes in, jump strength times 0.01, just like always. For the sake of consistency, put it in some parentheses. Alrighty. It's going to set that. So now we have to put a number into the jump strength. 100 will be a jump strength of 1, which will be pretty wimpy. So let's put it at 600. And jump timer, let's put it to 200. We also have to do a change here. sets its jump strength. Go in here and set its jump timer to, let's just say 300. And watch them jump. Wow, that was a wimpy jump. Let's see. Oh, you know what? We have to make its jump strength negative. It's setting it to 6, which means it's just like pushing it into the ground. That's why the jump was so wimpy. And 3, 2, 1. There we go, baby. They jumped. I don't know why I said baby just then. Sorry. That might have sounded odd. But yeah, then again, I am an odd man. Set jump timer. Let's make it not so huge. So, let's copy this. Just copy it. And now let's put the, well, this thing, let's make it so it's lower. So when this thing's farther to the left, or when it's farther to the right. When it's farther to the right, we'll set its X, or its horizontal, to, alright, here's where it gets funky. This thing's X position of the collider minus this thing's X position times, let's play 0.01 and just see what it does. Put the X minus the X thing in parentheses and the times 0.01 outside. So let's see how it works. They will jump. Yes, and they will jump toward you in a very fierce manner. What I did was I minused this thing's X position. Actually, which one did I minus from which? Or subtract, rather. The players from this. So this thing's X position, if you look down here, that's what these numbers are. First number is 176. So this thing is 176. This one, for example, is 368. 176 minus 368 is actually 176. Actually, it's negative 176. So it becomes negative 176. Still watching those numbers down there. And then it times it by 0.01, which moves the decimal place over by 2, so it becomes 1.76. Negative 1.76. So this thing jumps up the jump strength of negative 6 and jumps over here by negative 7.6 toward this. Now this one is farther away. 176 minus, let's just say 500. That's going to be approximately 340. So way 340, and you move the decimal place over 2 places and you get 3.4 or something like that. So that jumps way farther toward your enemy. Now that's pretty cool, because that means the farther away it is, the more fiercely it jumps at you. Now we have to do the same thing for when it's farther to the left. Okay. Actually, we can probably just copy this, because it will still work regardless. Oops. Here's what we'll do. Go in here, double click on it so you get that list. Copy that and just paste it right in here. And this is when it gets fun, because now you can just customize everything to make it to match your whim and desire. So those things will jump, and they will jump, and they'll all get caught kind of in the same place. Now we can avoid that if, here's another customization. I'm going to set this to 140 plus random out of 61. That'll make it go anywhere from 140 to 200. And of course, if we do that, we kind of have to copy that and put it in here. Alright, now I'm starting to have fun. Are you guys having fun? I sure hope so, because this is getting awesome. So yeah, when it does that. Now they'll all jump at random times, or slightly randomized times. At the beginning they'll all jump at the same time, then, oh, see that? Oh, and then it starts getting interesting. Oh yeah. Then they'll all start jumping randomly. They won't get caught in the same place like they were before. Very cool. And they'll all just chase you like that. Now we can start using some interesting equations here. So, one of the problems with this kind of thing is if you have an enemy way over here and it senses you're like over here, it'll jump all that way. And you may not want the enemy to be able to jump that far. So we can put a limit on this actually, just by using those max and min equations. So let's put all this in parentheses. I'm going to go back to the beginning, oops, and my computer made a weird noise, and put, okay, so this is a negative number, so we're going to put the min, or max rather. Now this part's pretty complicated. We're changing it to either this, the maximum of either that number, which is like anywhere from -5 to negative anything, and -4. Oops. 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 That's curious. Why can't it understand? Syntax error. 1, 2, 3, parentheses. 2, 3, 4, 5. Oops. I need another parenthesis. There. Alright, so now that works. And actually I'm going to copy this, edit it a little bit in here, change that to min. It's not terribly important that you understand this, as long as you can copy it. I know it sounds terrible, but it's kind of true. So now the minimum, or the maximum speed they can have is 4, basically, is what I just entered in the code. So even if you're that far away, they can't jump like 10,000 pixels a second at you. You can jump 4, and anywhere below 4. But they all are kind of floaty and weird, so actually I'm going to save it. This, you're pretty much done now. If this is what you want, you're done. Because now all it is changing of numbers. All your numbers are in here. And we can change it just like this. This is what's really awesome about this technique. I'm going to change the bounce, the graph pull to really high, the slip, I'm going to change a little higher. Jump strength I'm going to make really low actually, like 400. Jump timer. Ooh, you know what? Oh man, we might have to add one more value. Jump repeat. This is what the jump timer is going to go back to after they jump. So instead of being 140, we're going to set it in this event to jump repeat plus random out of 21. Oops. What did I do? Syntax error. Oops, I need another parenthesis. There we go. And, of course, we need to copy that, put it in the other one. Just like that. Alright, now let's see what they do. Boing. Boing. Oh, the graph pull's a little too strong for them. So, we're going to have to make the jump a little stronger. Let's actually keep it at 600 now. Gonna jump start timer 100. Jump repeat. And let's add another. You can just keep adding values and mapping everything in their behavior to these values to make it easier on yourself. Max speed. Oops. And let's change it to 2. And jump repeat. Let's actually make it 60. I'm having fun now, guys. I'm sorry, I'm just going with everything now. And instead of having -4, I'm going to go negative max speed. Actually, we can't do that. We're going to have to do max speed, parentheses. I know you're sick of parentheses, but they're essential. Times -1. And with this thing, just replace 4 with max speed. And now, check it out. Oh, they really want to get me now. Oh boy. Check them out. Alright, and you know what? There's more fun to be had, baby. I don't know why I keep saying baby. Remember that hitbox thing we did? We can change this. Check this out. This is probably the best part to me. The entire thing. Oops. Oh, it's transparent. Let's just make this their hitbox. But you're saying, but that guy over there, how's that gonna work? It's a circle. Yeah, you're right. Check it out. Now that circles their hitbox. They can go through the ground all they want, man. Go through the ground. And it makes it look a lot better because they're not just kind of floating there on the top of it anymore. They're like an actual enemy with, you know, thoughts and feelings. I don't know. But they look a heck of a lot better. Let's quickly make... Whoa, that looks terrible. Quickly make graphics so that it looks more... I don't know what the heck this is, guys. It's just a quick little drawing. Let's make it a little, I don't know, nasty creature. Doesn't look nasty, it actually looks kind of cute. Put the hot spot in the middle. Make that the hitbox. And now, actually, now we have to do something else. Because then you have to copy that, put it in there, turn this one around. Go in here. Oops. See, when it's farther to the right of that, it'll look to the left. When it's farther to the left, it will look to the right. And there you go. That simple. You have these guys, which just want to jump on you. Oh, do they want to jump on you? They will turn around and come after you. Yeah. Their max speed is only 2, so they can't go too fast. But they can move. If you want, you can change the max speed. Let's change it to 5, not 65. Oh my god. 5. So now they'll really... There they go. And you know what? I don't like them having that much bounce. So I'm going to make it lower. Now you see this. This is how I want you guys to be able to program. And this is fun. This makes things really fun because now, you know what? Remember how we made the loops with their name and ID? This is all you have to do. Clone object. You want to have a different type of that same enemy or a different enemy altogether? Let's just color this guy different. Excuse me. Color that guy different, change his name. That's all you gotta do. Enemy 2. And the same loops, everything, you just want to make him, let's just make this guy jump higher and have a really crappy max speed. Only difference, and he doesn't bounce at all. And, say you want 2 of them. There you go. That's it. You don't gotta do anything else. Actually, they jump before they even hit the ground, man. They're tough. But now you have 2 types of enemies. You didn't have to do a single line of programming for that other one. Nothing. You didn't have to do anything. Jump repeat. Actually, that's what I should have changed. Jump repeat to 100. And that's it. That's today's thing. This is probably a way long video because I was just goofing around. Oh, it's not that long. Only about 20 minutes. But, oops. Well, there's my desktop. Yeah. I think that's it. If you want to do an enemy that actually runs and like jumps over walls and stuff, that's actually a lot harder because you have to program slopes and everything into the one enemy, and it can get really processor heavy. Like all the loops with the slopes and everything can get really cumbersome. So I'm a little more reluctant to do that, but I will show it because it can be a really effective thing. It can be a really effective technique. And it looks awesome. So, I think that's it for today. I will put this file, this enemy, up online so you can download it and play around with it however you want. all you got to do in your own game, if you want to just copy and paste this right in there, is go into its behavior, any of these behaviors, and just replace this thing with your own enemy, our own player. Just go in here, replace this, and, you know, bring in whatever you want in your own game. That's it. Just make sure that when you copy the enemy into your game, you copy the collider as well, otherwise it'll probably glitch out a little bit. And that's it, guys. This has been your introduction to hopping enemy AI. Hope you understood everything. If you had trouble with anything, feel free to comment, and I will make it a point to reply to you guys this time, because this is very involved. And I will try to answer whatever questions you have, and I can go over things again, or take a look at your file if you're having trouble with it. But yeah, that's been it. I really hope you guys have enjoyed this. I know you've waited forever for it to happen, but finally got around to it today, and I hope you really enjoyed it. So, tune in next time. That guy over there, 123, and Meadow Hair are one and the same, and they will be, I will be doing more videos with more tutorials on things. Thanks for waiting around for me to do it. Things have been kind of busy and, you know, kind of tough to find the time to record these things. But anyway, enough talk from me. Have at this. I'll put this up online and you can use it to your heart's content. Have a great day, guys, and I'll see you next video. Goodbye. Hey everybody, it's Meadow Hair, back again at the end of the last video because I forgot to do something. Now in video 2, I told you that I would explain the whole stopped hitbox animation change and how that worked, and I never did that. So I'm just going to tack this on the end of the last video and explain it a little bit. So, the way Multimedia Fusion 2 reads the code is it goes from top to bottom, generally. But, whenever it runs into one of these, bing, start loop name plus ID, it shoots down past anything in between, namely this event number 5, and goes here and says, oh, okay, loop, I'll run this, da 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 da. Oh, loop V, well I better run down to that. So it goes down past these 3, goes to V, says, oh, on the first loop of this, I should change this animation to hitbox. And it does so. Then proceeds to do its movement and collisions and all that. Then when it's done with V, it goes down to the bottom, sees there's no more V, goes back up here. Alright, well then, continuing on, I'm gonna make it graph mod 1. Oh, H! Oh my goodness, I better run down here past all these events and go to H. And it does so, changes its animation, does all the collisions and stuff. And then, when it sees that there's no more H, goes back up here, says, alright, I'm gonna change it to mod 1, da 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 da. Done. Nothing else. Alright, going back up here, continuing on. Hey, always, oh, let me change its animation back to stop. So what it just did there is it did all of this stuff right before it changed its animation to stopped. Thus, it changes its animation back to stopped before you ever see that it was even in its hitbox animation. So it never appears at all. All of this stuff, of course, runs after the loops, the jumping stuff. So, when you see this, all the collisions and stuff are happening while its animation is in hitbox mode, which is why it goes through the ground a little bit. The way you can see how this works actually is by just removing this, and here's what's actually going on. This is what the real collisions are like. It's just that little circle, but the animation that you see is kind of a mask overlaying that, so you never actually see these little ball collider boxes, or colliders. You just see the actual animation. So by changing its animation sequence to stopped, you put the mask, put the mask over the hitbox and you never see it. So that's how it works. And I guess that's pretty much it. I just wanted to make sure you guys understood that. So, this is that guy over there, 123, our Meadow Hare, signing out. Have a good day, everybody.